8:12 on Channel 95.7 on Monday. A beautiful day, though. Sunny and 78
Gorgeous.
today. It's 55 right now. I was just reading this story.
It's going to be winter in like 2 days.
Can you imagine if you named your kid Cherries, Waffles, Tennis?
Cherries? So my last name is Tennis?
Last name is Tennis. First name is Cherry. Cherries, not even Cherry.
Cherries.
Cherries, Waffles, Tennis. Some girl, she's 19 in Florida, and she was arrested. She was trying to buy something with a stolen credit card, whatever.
Okay, you should never do that.
Who cares about that? Her name is Cherries, Waffles, Tennis. That's her real name.
So that means her last name was already Tennis, and they decided that they didn't want to do anything like tennis related. So they went ahead and went Cherries, Waffles. Do you think they were figuring out what, like they were looking at a menu at IHOP when they came up with it?
I don't know. My first assumption was those have to be their favorite things.
Cherries and waffles.
My favorite thing is cherries. Ooh, my favorite thing is waffles.
And then they just
That's what we should name our daughter.
Let's name our kid Cherries Waffles. That is ridiculous, but I love it.
Cherries, Waffles, Tennis.
I love that both of them are plural. Cherries and waffles are both plural, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got more than one cherry, and then you got more than one waffle. Mm-hmm. What's better than cherries and waffles?
What? She's 19 years old. What was going on 19 years ago?
About 19 years ago.
95?
95, that's when we first discovered that you could put cherries on a waffle.
Is it?
Yep, and that was at IHOP or maybe at a Denny's somewhere. Maybe the baby was conceived at Denny's. Or in the parking lot of a Denny's.
Oh, could have been.
Some Denny's have beer.
Why wouldn't you name her like something with Denny then?
Like Grand Slam, tennis, but
Fruity
then
Tooty Fresh and is that where that's from? Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. Where's that from?
What?
no
Where
idea.
can you buy that? Hang on.
What are you even talking
Hold,
about?
please.
I've heard that phrase. I don't know what that
There's
phrase.
a plate, I believe, at Denny's called the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
They have the Grand Slam. They have Moons Over My Hammy.
Yeah, I love Moons Over My Hammy.
Which Moons Over
Oh,
My
it's at
Hammy
IHOP.
Tennis would be a great name.
Where's Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity
That's
from?
at IHOP.
Oh, okay. So maybe they were at IHOP.
They could have been at an IHOP. They got Rudy. Well, you could have, Rudy sounds like a real name.
Rudy Trudy. What is it?
Rudy
Fruity,
Tooty.
Rudy
Tooty.
Tooty.
Tootie's
Fresh
a real
and
name.
Fruity.
Facts of life. Fresh, not a real name.
And Fruity.
The Fresh Prince. Mm-hmm. And then Tootie. And then Rudy.
No, Rudy, Tooty,
Two real
Fresh
names.
and Fruity.
I'm Fruity Tennis.
I'm Cherries Waffles.
Hey, Cherries Waffles. Easy. And probably makes all her friends hungry every time.
Maybe
Like,
she just goes by CW.
call me CW Tennis.
Oh, yeah.
You think?
I don't know.
Cherries? Maybe Cher? What's Cher
Could
short
be.
for? Cherries? No, really. What is it short for?
Nobody would ever believe you.
It's Cher Tennis is what she calls herself.
Share Tennis.
But her real name is Cherries Waffles. She didn't get that changed? Like her mom and dad named her Cherries Waffles?
Well, she's only 19, so maybe she will in the future.
Right. What would you go with? If your name is Cherries Waffles.
Oh, man.
What do
who
you go? What do you
knows?
pick?
I don't know.
Grilled cheese? Grilled cheeses? Picnic basket tennis?
Yeah, why does it have to be plural? I don't understand the reason for the pluralation.
I think it's because they're like,
Is that a
what,
word? Pluralation?
what do we like?
No.
We like cherries. What else do we like? Waffles. Reminds me of a time I saw a sign one time out of a convenience store. And no lie, it said on the convenience store, all right, we have cereal, beer, ice, and it does all these things. And I pictured to myself the person saying, what do you want on the sign? And they were looking at like a list that said, all right, we have beer. And they put all right, we have right on the thing. I wonder if this is the same deal.
All right.
Here's what we've got.
All right, we have, and then it was all right. We have beer, we have cereal, we have ice.
That's
And
hilarious.
it was a camping place. We have milk. I'm thinking, all right, we have. What a waste of your letters.
That's interesting.
But probably just wrote it down as they were talking. Same thing here. Maybe they said, what do you want me to get you in the cafeteria? And she said cherries, waffles, and then he was writing it down, but it turned out to be the birth certificate.
Did I ever tell you I have a friend whose name is Shaft? Or I did in college. His
Shut your
name was
mouth.
Shaft. Shaft.
I like
Given
it.
name. Mm-hmm.
Like his real name is Shaft. What does he go by?
Shaft.
Hello, my name is Shaft.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, really. What's your your
No,
name?
his name was Shaft.
He's at the Secretary of State, and they're like, no, what is your name?
Mm-hmm.
Shaft is my name. Shut your mouth.
I always wished he had like little music playing.
Yeah.
My dad had the Shaft shoes.
What are Shaft shoes?
I don't know. He came out with just like sneakers through Nike.
Shaft did?
Yeah, Shaft did, and they
What?
were like on clearance, and so my dad bought them because my dad needs to always be wearing black tennis shoes.
Okay.
And so they were black with like silver on them or something.
Okay.
And he wore those until he could not wear those anymore. I mean, he wore those Shaft shoes for forever.
How long-
Shaft shoes.
How long ago was this?
I don't know. I was probably in elementary, maybe middle school.
Okay.
Oh,
Just because
never
I
heard
remember
of them.
people like making fun of him, but I didn't understand
People
like
were- like
why
adults?
people were making, because they said Shaft on like the tongue.
Or your classmates.
No, like just like
His
his friends and
friends.
stuff, and
His
I would
buddies.
never understand the reference of like what are they talking about? Why are these so funny? I just thought it was the brand name Shaft.
That's
Okay,
hilarious.
because the shaft of a boot is the height from the bottom of the foot to the top of the boot, and that's what you do that. If you Google Shaft shoes, you learn something about that.
So it doesn't even show up, like the tennis shoes don't show up?
No, but if this was 15, 20 years ago, the Shaft shoes are probably out of fashion, and they were on clearance then, which means that they had been sold before,
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, but if I Google moon boots, they pop up and they don't sell them as moon boots anymore.
Right. What do they sell them at as now?
They don't sell them, sadly.
You can't get a moon boot.
I mean, I think you can get them on eBay.
You get designer ones. Oh, you don't want to get designer moon boots. How much money do you have?
I'm not buying moon boots.
Let's see how much this is. Hold on. I'm shopping for the moon boots.
It's one of those things that I wanted growing up that my mom was like, those are so ugly, I'm not spending money on those.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, but my friends have them and they're warm.
I kind of want to call my dad now and ask him about the Shaft shoes because it's been so long since I thought about those.
$95 I can get you a pair of moon boots.
Really?
I can also get you some for $300.
Oh.
They're fuzzy moon boots. I can get some for $85.
Yeah, those aren't moon boots.
$200 if you want like a moccasin style boot. But no, the actual moon boot, $95.
Crazy.
I'll order them for you. What is your credit card?
No.
They're on sale. They were $130.
Let me see what they look like. Yeah, I have a pair that's sort of like that, and I think I bought them, and I never wear them. But
Okay.
I think I bought them because I wanted them to be like new moon boots,
But they're not.
and they're not like moon boots.
Okay.
No.
Well, then
They're very
never-
hard to walk in.
Well, so were moon boots, remember?
No, moon boots were awesome.
And then you would take your feet out, and the liner would come with them. And then you're like, oh,
I did not
great.
care about that.
Now I got my liner, and you're wearing your liner in the 15 feet of snow, and your boot is stuck
you
in the
didn't
mud.
Stop and get your boot.
My boots always got stuck in the mud.
You had moon boots?
I had moon boots, and they always were always stuck in the mud.
You're so lucky.
Every time.
Your mom was the best.
We lived in Wyoming. We probably had moon boots that were cast off from here. Like there was nothing. There was like a trading post you had to go to.
A trading post.
You'd go into town and you would get your boots, and they were probably.
Did you have a
Sears.
snowmobile?
We did not have a snowmobile. No. We had a car. We had like a real car that people used, but it was a like a big boom boom boom. The big
70s car?
Yeah, not a car though. It was a Scout, if you know what that is, like a
Like
an
an
old
Jeep?
yeah, like a
Yeah.
Jeepish thing. And you
But
needed
square?
that. Yeah,
Like
it was like
super
square, and
square?
you needed that to get out to.
That is a vehicle I've never, I haven't thought about since then.
We would hunt in it. We would
Okay.
drive it to school. Well, we walked to school, but we would drive it if we needed it. It was orange for hunting.
An orange Scout.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We were big time. We were big
Who
time.
made the
back then.
Scout?
Man, I don't even know. International, I want to say. I think was the brand, and then
Okay.
Scout was or maybe Scout was the brand, and International was the car.
Okay.
But yeah, we definitely had it, and that was our Wyoming car. It was good times.
How old were you when you left Wyoming?
4th grade.
Okay.
So I don't know. What is that? 11?
Ish.
Yeah,
10?
11ish. Yeah, so it
Okay.
had the Scout, and we were very Wyoming. International Scout is the name of it.
Wow.
Here's what it looked like. This is probably it. Orange.
That's it. Is that an orange one?
Yeah.
That you just Googled? Oh, that's awesome.
That's probably it. No seatbelts.
Well,
You
that
just-
probably got the worst gas mileage in the history of gas mileage.
0 gas mileage. You got about 2 miles per gallon. You go up in the mountains. You'd have to have a bucket of gas with you to get back down, or else you put it in neutral and just go down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. Yeah, this is what we had. Blaze Orange Scout.
You
Awesome.
should get one of those.
I should.
I wonder if you
get-
could still find one.
I'm sure I would pay a ton of money for them now, though, wouldn't I?
I don't know.
Because now they're like collector's items.
Probably.
That's what I need to find: a beat up 1970s Scout that gets horrible
Drive
gas
your kids
mileage.
around in. Your kids, the girls, would love
With
that.
no seatbelts in the back and just the most dangerous vehicle of all time. That is exactly what I need to get. In fact, I'm on it right now.
Okay. Have fun.
Connie and
New York City after dark. Okay, yo, cover boy,
Ugly Heart, it's GRL on Channel 95.7. One of the it's a girl band.
Yeah.
In case you've never heard of GRL before. I love that song, by the way. One of the singers in the band, Simone Battle, died on Saturday.
Yeah, they're saying
Super sad.
probably suicide. The band, though, is going to stay together. That's one nice thing about like having a group of people and be just starting out. You know, you continue. It's not like they've been around for so super long. They just formed. So they said,
I loved that song before I even knew what it was.
Right.
And who sang it.
They said, words cannot express the depth of our loss.
Yeah.
That's from the band. Simone's incredible talent was only surpassed by the size of her heart. We will carry her memory with us in everything we do.
She was on X Factor, and Simon Cowell was her mentor.
Yeah, like years ago, right? 2011 or something?
Yeah, she was at 25.
So at 25. So then the whole discussion about depression and why people choose to take their own lives comes back into the national forefront. So here we go. We just keep it going and going and going. Did you see, speaking of national forefront, did you see the horrible video that the autistic kid who was doing the ice bucket challenge, and then some guys gave him a bucket and they dumped over, and it was poop and pee and like
horrible.
Just
It
disgusting.
reminded me of the movie Carrie.
It
Reminded me of
exactly.
Carrie. I saw it in the news last week, here, the local news, and they said that they were airing the video because the mother, this
Wants her
kid's
to.
mom's, was like, I want you to air this video. I want people to see this.
Well, now
How
Drew
horrible it
Carey
is.
has said, hey, I don't know if there is a reward or anything, but I'm putting up 10,000. Drew
Yep.
Carey's putting up 10 grand to
Yep.
find these kids.
Good for him.
Just ridiculous. Can you imagine
No.
doing that?
No, I cannot imagine
What is
that.
going on in your life that you think that that's okay? And when you got a group of guys,
Mm-hmm.
like I could see maybe one person who is like, okay, I'm going to do this because I don't understand how horrible it is.
Mm-hmm.
But then to get 2 or 3 or 4 guys together and you're like, ha ha ha, that's hilarious.
Well, it's like the gang mentality, right?
That's not hilarious.
No,
you need
that's not
someone to step
hilarious.
up and say, this is wrong.
Well, and last I had heard, they think they're going to be able to find them.
Right. Well, because they're on.
Well, and they posted it.
exactly.
They posted.
exactly. So, yeah,
How,
we'll find you.
What would you do if one of the people in that gang who had posted that video and taken that video and aided in that was
Yeah.
one of your daughters?
Man, she's done. She's out of here. You walk right
would you be
down.
so disappointed?
Just yeah, and you wouldn't even. So,
and like in yourself, like what
Yes.
kind of a job did I do as a parent?
exactly. Why does she think that this is okay to do all of a sudden? But yeah, you march them right there to those parents. I'm sorry so
Yeah.
much. Sorry doesn't even matter. I
Right.
get it. I know that doesn't even help.
But there comes a point too where your kids are going to do what they're going to do, right? It doesn't matter what you've done.
But not at that age. You have to feel like.
Well,
you
how
gotta-
old? How old? Well, we don't even know what the kids are, so we
No.
don't know how old they were.
No, but high school, right? This is a group of high school kids.
I don't know.
I think it was.
Was it
I,
high school?
I think
Okay.
it was a group of high school kids who had done it. Same, yeah, you definitely feel so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think, like did a lot of stupid things. Nothing to this level.
But you did stupid things to yourself, right?
well, and like stupid things to things, you
But
know,
not to
like
people.
like ruin some things, and it was
Right.
dumb. And then I wonder, is there something that my parents could have done differently to make me not do that? Probably not.
no, I did stupid things too, and my parents could have not done anything.
Exactly.
About it.
So,
Once, you know.
so you have to kind of not really blame the parents for it, but they will be blaming themselves. You know,
Yeah.
right? Like I was telling you, we had
Was
the,
that in Ohio?
I think Ohio or Indiana, one of those
think it was
states
Ohio.
beneath us. They were. I was telling you about the ding dong ditchers in our neighborhood, and how one of the neighbors chased one of them to their house,
Right.
and the dad's first instinct was, "Hey, it's just kids being kids." And the neighbor was like took that, but then was kind of like, "What do you mean, kids being kids?" Upon reflection,
Right.
Like that parent should have stepped up and done more,
Right.
And we were talking this weekend. It's never happened again. So where the parent outwardly said, "Hey, that's just kids being kids," it stopped.
Right.
So
So you think the parents said
interior,
something?
oh,
and
it had to have.
Yeah, made
You
sure,
know.
yeah.
And my neighbor was like, "Yeah." So I'm walking back, and I'm thinking, kids being kids. That's not good parenting. That's not what I would hope I would do.
Right.
But obviously something else happened,
Mm-hmm.
you know, beyond the scope of what we saw in the neighborhood, because it hasn't happened again. Like, so it did, the parenting did come into play.
Right.
So what you see isn't always what you know happens.
Right, absolutely.
And what you know happens isn't always what you see, you know? So you don't know.
Now,
Parenting's
you
a
and I
weird
both
thing.
did dumb things, not to people necessarily,
No.
not to people, but
never to people.
Just, things that, in hindsight, now as adults,
Yeah.
I look back and go, well, yeah, they probably wasn't the best idea.
One
ever.
time I was climbing a tree, and I paid for this. Like, I had to buy a new tree. So this is all
Oh, no.
about it. I was climbing
break a tree?
and it was like swaying, and in the ground it was like rocking a little bit.
Okay.
So dumb me, I started swinging on the branch and like rip it out of the ground, and the homeowner called the cops, saw me out their window. Like, and this guy just tore down my tree. I had to go. I got to go buy a new tree. It was
Okay,
good
you win the
times.
prize for doing dumb things.
That was stupid. I don't even
You
know
win
what
the
I was.
prize.
What
I'm
I was
two of
thinking.
us.
Tree.
In the middle of the day,
Really?
like broad daylight, I'm in a tree.
Were you with friends?
Just by myself walking home?
Oh, that looks like a fun tree to swing from.
Yes, and then hey, this is loose. Cranked it out. Homeowner in the house saw me. Cops come knock. It's my neighborhood.
Right.
Cops knock on my door. Hey, did you knock down that tree? I'm like, I was swinging on it. Yeah, it came out
How
of
old
the ground.
were you? Ish.
Man, walking home. So before 16. So probably
you in Wyoming?
Probably between 13 and 16.
Okay.
So somewhere in middle school.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, cops knock, knock, knock. My mom and dad weren't home. I'm like, no, they're not. They're like, well, you knocked down that tree. We need to. Okay, and I bought a tree. It's like dumb.
How much did you? Do you
It was
remember how much
hundreds
money?
of dollars.
Yeah.
Hundreds of
Especially
dollars.
if it was a more mature tree.
Exactly. Yeah. Now knowing what I know about trees, I should have just gone to the the Shopco or the Meyer and got the $15 one. Here's your tree that's going to die in a year. But I had to buy like a fancy tree. Mm-hmm. Thanks a lot.
It's a
And
lot
now-
of lawn mowing.
Hopefully that tree is still alive in memory.
That in memory of me.
Yes.
I bet you,
The
Amanda,
Christmas
though, you
tree.
probably never did anything dumb.
Not that
Can you
I
think of any one thing that you did? Amanda was an only
She
child.
went and made out with her boyfriend in the grocery store.
No.
Is
Cool.
that dumb? I don't think that's dumb.
I don't know if it's dumb, but it's lying to her parents.
In all honesty, I cannot recall ever having people come like to the door and saying something to my parents or anything like that. Like the kids that I played with, we only had 2 other kids in our neighborhood and they were significantly younger than me.
Okay.
So once I got to be like 11 or 12, I
That
didn't even
explains
really
a
want to
lot.
have anything to do with them,
Right.
you know? So not really, no.
So you just sat in your room?
No, I wouldn't sit in my room, but we just didn't have any kids in the neighborhood.
would
I
knock
wasn't
on the
really
door?
like going around and causing mischief.
Can Amanda play? No. Tell them no. I'm sitting in my room.
No.
Okay.
Don't want to play.
All right, so no mischief for you.
But you had friends at school, right?
I did, yeah. I would go to their house, but I don't know, we just never got in trouble that way.
Okay. Well, that's good. I don't
that
think
is a
most
good
people
thing.
get in trouble that way. Right? I think most people are pretty.
No, that whole thing that started this conversation with that ice bucket
Oh, yeah,
challenge.
nobody does that.
That's horrible.
That's like 0.5% of people do something like
Yeah.
that.
Right.
That's something you
If
see on
that.
Criminal Minds.
absolutely.
That's something you see on SVU.
And
That-
you're right, though. The fact that there were so many kids that were willing to do that,
Yeah.
and thought that was a good idea.
You need one to say, "Hey, this isn't good," or one to even like just spill it on the ground before you get there. You know, like if you don't want to step up and say, "Hey, guys, we shouldn't do this," just spill it on the ground.
And then when I saw the story on the news, the mom of the autistic boy was saying he was so excited to be able to do the ice bucket
Right.
challenge and that people were helping out with it. I was like, oh, it just gives me goosebumps to think about.
Yeah,
You're right, though. Criminal minds.
it is. It's a
Little
criminal,
sociopaths.
It's a criminal mind type thing.
Yeah.
and it's not cool. And who? Obviously, these guys who did it are not bad people because somebody thought it was a good idea for them to assist the autistic kid. Right? They didn't just find him and say, "Hey, we're going to help you do this," or did they? I mean, I guess I don't know the details.
I don't know.
But it's on video.
Yep.
He knew that they were doing it with him, so he knows who did
And
it.
it took time for them to fill that bucket up with all that
Exactly.
pee and poop and everything that
Yes.
was in that bucket.
So
you
that's,
know what I mean?
That's something I don't get either because he knows who did it. He has to know who did it.
Right.
Because they were filming it. They were all around him.
That's what I'm saying. But we haven't seen that part of it yet.
Right. Well, Drew Carey's giving 10 grand to whoever finds it. So that kid could make 10 grand.
Yeah.
If he just says, yeah, they did it. Mm-hmm. Does that work that way?
I don't know.
Drew Carey probably, they wouldn't give the money to the kid who got the poop dumped on his head.
I don't know.
Because now he's telling.
I wouldn't see
go-
why they wouldn't.
He should have told before.
Yes, he should have. And maybe he already has, but they just haven't released that information because they're minors, possibly.
And
Yeah,
if that
maybe.
gets out, I mean, you can do some bad things. But that is like one of the worst. You're in juvie. Why are you here? Oh, we dumped poop and pee on an autistic classmate. Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Yeah, you're messed
They're like
up.
the meanest children ever.
You're taking a bar of soap to the ribs. I've seen a few good men.
You've seen a few good men.
I know what that's all about, right? I know you take the bar of soap to the ribs.
Yeah,
I've
that's
been there.
sad.
It is sad. It's horrible and disgusting. So hopefully they figure out who did it and Drew Carey can get somebody $10,000.
Hopefully other people jump on that and donate more money.
And just to figure out who did it.
Celebs. Yeah. I think they know. I do. I agree with Amanda, though. I think they know.
They just don't want to say.
Yeah, probably because they are minors.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I know.
Thanks a lot, kids.
Thanks a lot, kids.
Ruin it.
What is not disgusting, we have a couple things going on. First
Okay,
off,
number
beautiful
one.
Monday.
Oh, it is gorgeous.
Enjoy today and tomorrow because Wednesday is going. Heavy rain is the quote from the forecast.
Yeah, and like a sustained wind around 30 miles an hour all day while the storm's going through.
Also, Saturday is supposed to be sunny and 60, which is perfect football weather.
You and about 110,000 of your closest friends watching
house.
Michigan hosting Miami of Ohio. We got 4 tickets and a $100 Meijer gift card. Meijer gave it to us and said, hey, would you mind giving this away? And
Meijer gave us all of it.
We said, no problem.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to give that away on Wednesday morning at 8:30. We'll call out a name, but you have to go to mychannel957.com. Right there on the front page, you can register to win the 4-pack of Michigan tickets.
And a $100 Meijer gift card for all your tailgating needs. You are set. We give it away Wednesday. You can sign up right now, mychannel957.com.
Connie
Sam Smith on channel 95.7. You probably thought we forgot about it. We did not forget about it. Andy Grammer at the Bob playing Home at the Bob on Wednesday nights. You got tickets right now, 770-895-7 if you're caller 10.
That's in 2 nights.
2 nights.
Well, no. Well, not tonight. And
2
then
nights.
Not tomorrow night. And
Right.
then it's on Wednesday night. 770-895-7. You're going to see Andy Grammer. You're bringing a friend, and you're inside Home at the Bob. Now, this is not a buy your tickets type of show.
No, you have to win them on channel 95.7.
That's what you're doing right now at 7708-95.7.
I said that the Taylor Swift song was very talked about amongst my friends this weekend.
Yeah.
So was the Andy Grammer concert.
The big
A
show.
little mini concert.
Yeah, 6 songs. He's out there. We're going to see if we can talk him into doing maybe You Can't Touch This cover song. Not sure, but, Grammer, Hammer. It just seems to fit.
Connie and Curtis, who's this?
Jessica.
Jessica, you're going to the show.
Yay, that's awesome.
It is awesome.
Yay!
So you'll be there. Your friend will be there. Andy will be there. We're all set.
Who are you going to take with you, Jess? Do you know? Have you thought that
My
far ahead?
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Bringing the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Nice.
That'll be fun.
It's a good kind of boyfriend show, the Andy
Yeah.
Grammer
Definitely.
concert. Yeah,
I think so.
It'd be
All
really
right,
nice.
hold on, Jess. We'll get your information.
23 more chances.
Are you sure?
No. No, I'm not.
I know you've been counting.
Okay, hold on. 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11.
It's 11 today, and then how many tomorrow?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, no. There are more than 7 that we're giving away.
No, I just 13 plus 11.
Okay. And what is
24
that?
chances. I got it. Does that mean I'm right?
Are we going to have to go through that every time I ask you? I thought you were keeping track
I
over
was,
there.
and then I lost track, and I don't know. Here's the deal. Every hour between now and 8 o'clock tonight,
Yep.
and every hour tomorrow between 6 a.m. and 8 p.m., you can win tickets. Also, you can sign up Channel 95.7's Facebook page. Search it out.
and Curtis.